Music is a question that I get from a lot of clients is, am I going to be able to pick the music?
For our wedding films, right? Music is it's a big thing, but how we go about selecting it is, dependent on the day of the wedding, the couple, and what their story is. But it's really important that the couple be able to, in the end, post it on social media, whether it's YouTube or wherever. And so we license our music through, we particularly use MusicBed. So, and what's great about that is it's pretty easy to do that process, but there's a huge selection on there. What I enjoy is, as long as it takes some time, I really enjoy that process of finding the right song for the couple. It can take a while.
What's a while?
I've been on there for hours before looking for the right song or right songs, because sometimes we put multiple songs in a film, and it can take a while because you're trying to fit the vibe of the couple.
Right.
And you're also looking for ways that either the lyrics or something remind you of their story and who they are, and can amplify that.
So you might be looking for specific keywords in the lyrics that will help enhance the footage.
Yeah.
That they'll click, they fit together.
Because you might find some generic love songs. You might find some things that are very cinematic sounding, but then you might have to rely on the toast or something else to help tell that story. But sometimes I try to have a balance. I want the music to also aid in the story, as well as whatever speeches or toast they had that day. So everything feels thought out. And so pick the music, and once we pick the music, that's what we edit to. So we're not just editing the footage and then putting a track down. We're editing to the highs and lows of the music, transitions, where they need to be.
This is the first thing you do in the process.
Yeah, it's the first thing. And once we pick that music, then what I'm doing is I'm looking at all of that A-roll material, the speeches, the letter readings, vows, something from the officiant. All that stuff goes into play, and I put it down on the timeline. I'm looking at the order of things. Special moments. I'm trying to have those special moments play on certain parts of the music that have a transcendent feeling or just
crescendo, right? Or the tension.
Yeah. And so I put those moments down purposefully on different parts of the music, so that once you get to that part, you really feel it. And so those are the first things I do, and that's why the music part is so important and why it happens first, and then everything is based around that. The film is usually pretty solid at that point because of that music foundation. And I know we usually don't get too many edits regarding music. We usually, if there's a clip or something that gets taken out at the end of the film, we'll do that. But usually, by then the couple they really enjoy the music part of it, and then that story they also love. So, we haven't had too many issues with people not liking the music or anything like that.
Yeah. You said you liked picking out music. I don't. I do not. It's terrible. It's
painful.
It's painful. It really is painful. 3 hours, and there's a reason that some of these songs are on a royalty-free music website. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of good stuff. All of our wedding films have great music. Because you got to find the gold though. You got to go mine for it.
You got to mine for it.
But it is pretty crazy when you find it though, because it seems like you're not looking at you're listening to song after song, and every single one seems like this couldn't be further from correct. I can't even imagine that. With this footage, I'm not finding anything relevant. As you're looking through MusicBed, you'll just be listening to song after song thinking this one couldn't be further from correct. Each one is just horrible. None of them fit. And then you'll just find it. You'll just find the song and you're like, that is the only song that could have worked.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that happens every single time I've picked music, but
Yeah, I mean, I definitely sift through a lot, and that part of it I don't like, just because, but when I hear certain things, like sometimes I hear an instrumental and I'm like, oh, that would be cool for like a 1 minute intro, before the next song I have.
It does spur new ideas sometimes.
Yeah, so because when I close my eyes, I see visuals attached to music. So that's how I work. So when I'm just sitting there listening, I can see certain moments from the wedding day happening at certain times in the music, and that's when I know I found the right song. But yeah, sometimes you'll hear a song and it's like the lyrics, I can't use these lyrics because this is about a breakup or something. But the song sounds so beautiful.
Oh, but the melody, the music, yeah.
And then sometimes out of principle, I just won't even use the song, like the instrumental, because I'm like, if they ever like got the name of that, exact song and they wanted to listen to it, it'd be weird because it's like a breakup thing.
Yeah.
So that's something like I try to consciously like just avoid. Like even if I love the instrumental, I try to just
right. You don't want to evoke the universe's wrath.
yeah. Try to send good vibes,
Oh, all the time. You got it. Well, and we've had couples who have been really uncomfortable with that idea of not being able to select their music, at least when they first get to know. Their first inquiry is, do I have any control over it? Which tells me that they've had, or a friend has had, a not so good experience with it if they're going to ask that question.
Yeah.
And of course the answer is yes. You do have control over it, and we like to, since it's the first thing that you lay down.
Yeah.
Then we want them involved very, very early on.
Yeah.
So I've said to them, okay, we'll be glad to send you. We'll get the idea of what your vibe is from the wedding and from the reception of the band and the DJ, what kind of music you like, and they could also send us who their favorite artists are.
Yeah.
Or their favorite genres, or he hates this, she loves that kind of thing. And then we can send them 3 songs. And I've told them before, if you don't like any of those 3 songs, we'll send you another 3 songs.
Yeah.
And 3 is a magic number because it's just not overwhelming. You can make a decision. You can rank those pretty easily. If we sent you 10 songs, and you'd be spending so much time.
Yeah.
But we've done that in a couple of cases where clients have a real need, or either a need to be involved in the process, or have had. Or I've heard of somebody having a bad experience, so they feel more there's a comfort level in knowing how that base is going to be laid. So we work with those people.
Absolutely.
We just don't say, no, sorry, put something together and this is your end product and you don't have any say and you can't make any edits. I mean, that's just it's not cool.
Right. Yeah. And I think people are potentially disappointed when they find out like they can't use their favorite Taylor Swift song in their wedding film.
Yeah.
But what we can do is we can get you somewhere close.
Yeah.
We can get you somewhere in the ballpark.
Yeah.
At least with like tone, presence of like whoever like the singer or the artist is. That you can get a lot of those things close. So like I think that's another potential survey question. Favorite musical artists.
Yeah.
Because like if you tell me like I'm into rock or I'm into rap or
oh yeah, there's so much
of it, but if you tell me like one artist you like, I kind of get it. I sort of start to get your taste a little bit, and so that's huge.
So true. Yeah, we'll definitely incorporate that.